Hello, this is another natural enchantment experience. I'm Caleb, and this video is about how there's nothing to hold on to, so you don't have to let go. There's nothing to let go of. Life is just happening. You are just here. um, there's nothing to get and nowhere to get to. And then here's the other half of why it is that it feels like there is something to hold on to or let go of. It's your thinking. So we all have crazy thoughts sometimes. You can have an experience of anything. You can experience anything in your thoughts. Thoughts is boundaryless, or whatever, no boundaries. It's infinite, and it's amazing. And I talk a lot about thought, and there's two ways that thoughts can generally go. Thoughts can flow, like life. Life is waves, and life goes back and forth and up and down, and your experience and your feeling of life is in your thoughts. And thought can flow through. You can get fresh new thoughts constantly. You can be constantly getting fresh new thoughts, and new thinking means a new experience and new feelings. And when you get new thoughts, you see everything differently. Everything you feel and see right now is not necessary to feel in a way. What I mean to say is that you can get new thinking, new thoughts, which makes everything look different, everything feel different. So if you feel stuck, or if you feel like you're sabotaging yourself, or if you feel like you don't know what you want, or who you are, or where you're going, or any other thought that might be scary or not, you can think new thoughts. And when new thoughts come in, things will look different and feel different, and that's exciting. I think that is entertaining and enchanting, and it's natural. The other thing we can do with thought is it can just we can think a thought like, oh, I woke up out of bed late today. I woke up late. I got out of bed late. I'm late. And that means I am bad. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid, and I'm late, and I'm gonna get in trouble. I might lose my job. Oh my god, it can go on and on and on. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna lose my house. Where am I gonna get another house because I'm late? You can do that with your thoughts. When you think a thought, you can treat it as a thought that is passing through your experience, and you will get new thoughts. When you don't believe your thought or accept the contents, the images, and the pieces of that thought as reality, or as something you assume to be true, you will get new flowing thoughts. But when you react to it, then you're assuming it's true, so you keep creating, you are reacting based on that reality, and you keep creating a new thing. Now, this is all thought, it's in your experience, so when you feel like you need something, or you need someone, or you have to get something, or you can't afford to lose something, you've got to hold on to it, or you can't let go. All these feelings are your thoughts. It's not. It's not. It's not real or not. It's just your thinking, and that's what thought is. So I'm laughing because I just had the thought of like, well, like, because I just said there's nothing to hang on to. Well, let's say, if you are dangling on the edge of a cliff, you might think, well, I have to hold on to this cliff so that maybe I can get up on the cliff, and survive. And then I had the thought, well, about that scene in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf was holding onto the cliff, and then he purposely let go because that was what he wanted to do or whatever. And that was really funny to me. This kind of just illustrates how new thoughts can come, and it's funny. I think thoughts are enchanting and entertaining. That's why I called my website Natural Enchantment, because either way, whatever you do with thought, you're enchanting yourself. And it's when you see what you're doing, it's kind of funny. But you just are where you are. And there's nothing to, you're gonna die. You are where you are. You're here, and you're gonna die someday. So, what do you want to do? And when you can see that that your experience is just your thinking, it's not bad or wrong or right or wrong to react to your thinking and to create a reality based on your thinking. It can be fun sometimes, especially when you know what you're doing. You think about if you're playing a game. If you're constantly exploring and experimenting all the time, it can be, sometimes you take for granted that in the game that there are boundaries and time limits and stuff like that. So, like, you might forget that there's, if you're playing basketball, you might forget that there's a shot clock, and you can't keep dribbling the ball for forever and exploring where you can dribble the ball, for example. With thought, you could do that. You could be like, well, who am I? Where is this? What is this ball? And to play a game like that, especially when you're playing an official game in a league, that might not be the most fun way to play, and you might get kicked out of the league or something. I don't know. And I think games are great. I love to play games, and I think games are a natural, enchanting part of life. And it's like I said, it might be better to take for granted that you can have, to assume certain things, and with your thinking, like, okay, we have to, get a shot off. We have to get a shot off within 24 seconds or whatever the shot clock is. We've got to pass the ball 3 times, and then we need to get the ball in the hoop, but you can't shoot it from outside the boundaries. You can't shoot it from the stands. You can't, pass the ball to the audience and then pass it back. You can only pass it to your teammates who are in bounds of the court and then try to get it in the hoop. But you can't spend 3 seconds in the key, and stuff like that. And that's fun. But that's what you realize is that's a game. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. Now, that whole experience of all these boundaries and rules and stuff like that could get really stressful if you didn't realize that it was a game. If somehow you took it seriously and thought that there were real consequences about who you are and whether you were happy or not or had well-being or not and could be peaceful, if that was dependent on the outcome of whether or not you won the game or anything to do with the game, because it's just a game. It's to be played. It's play. It's a game and play. So that's an analogy where you might not think in that certain way. But so, if you feel stuck or if you feel like you're holding on to something and you're trying to let go, it's only in your thinking. And, I talk about in videos, this is something, when you want new thinking, you do nothing about what you're thinking right now. You don't do anything. Because if you're doing something based on what you're thinking, you're going to be creating a new experience, a new thought, reacting to that thought. So if I'm like, oh, I woke up out of bed late. No, that's bad. So then if I start thinking about that, I might be like, I need to go to the library to find books about how to not wake up late. Or I could not do that, and I could just realize, I just had a thought about being late. Yeah, I woke up late. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It doesn't mean I can't be happy or anything like that. And you just don't give any meaning to it. You don't attach meaning to it. You don't react to it. It flows through your experience, and then you get new thoughts, fresh thoughts, insights, a sight from within. This vision from within, like the new fresh thoughts coming into your experience from life itself. It's life that is living you, and thoughts are your experience. And when you just start to feel the rhythm of your thoughts, feel the rhythm of your thoughts, the beat of your thoughts, the music of your thoughts, that it can start to become very enchanting. One of the ways I think about thought is, so I realize that I'm here, and there might be something that I think would be nice to have, a direction that might be nice to go, a certain path that I feel like would be nice to go. Why? I might not have a reason why. It's like you watch what little kids do, and they often don't really necessarily behave like they really logically think things through. I believe it's just life is just like flowing through them, and they're just like want to explore everything. And exploring is the opposite of assumption. So one of the ways you can start to maybe see your thoughts, because this is not an intellectual thing, is to actually explore thought. Explore, rather than assuming like, I'm thinking this, bad, good, and then creating new thoughts about that, a new experience, like I gotta do this, da da da. You're exploring, like, well, what if? And then from there, when you really can ask what if, when you really can explore, you can start to just new thoughts, like in all areas, just can flow through. Everything starts to feel different and look different. There's no limit to thought. Yeah.